Dun, 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 dun. Oh, look at this!
And there's baubles as well.
There's baubles. I didn't do that. That's producer Ryan. Is that
And a Christmas tree.
and a Christmas tree? But I did the video. We're all in Christmas shirts tonight. Look, me too.
Oh, I love it.
Cats in tacos.
Okay.
Was this like Secret Santa a couple of years ago style?
Yeah.
I was going to say it looks a little bit tight on you, Lee.
Mate, I've lost weight. I'll have you know. You know, I put the top button up. I'll have you know. I did it because I wanted you to be able to see the cat tacos. It's because Jesus, when he was born, he got gold, frankincense, and pearl. That's what he got. He got pearl, not myrrh.
Like it.
So it's Jesus and his cat taco. Yeah, I've got the pants to match as well, Hannah. I'll have you know. and the hoodie.
I think I've seen the hoodie before. Did the hoodie go to Hartlepool?
Hannah, we don't talk about that. Thank you very much.
That doesn't
it doesn't get mentioned. Trip to Hartlepool did not happen.
Hey, I'm making this a plonk cast, so cheers, everyone. Brought to you by Tenants. First time in a while.
Yes.
Gin and rosé lemonade.
Well, that's fancy.
Really good as well. Well, we're here and it's Christmas, so I thought we'd do a little.
It's not Christmas show.
No, it is though.
No, it's not.
It is. I thought we'd do a little. I'd quiz you two on the first half of League Two. Now, it's a really, really straightforward. So I think, do you know what? I will let people join. And anyone who's watching, you can join in as well. Keep score. You two have got to keep track of your own scores, by the way. Or basically, I need you to make a mark of what your answer is. Okay? And then I'll give you the answers. So what's going to happen is there's been 22 game weeks so far of League Two.
Right.
Okay. So I've gone back to week 1. And for every single week, I've picked out 2 games. Now, in those 2 games, I'm going to tell you the 4 teams that played. And I'm going to ask you for 2 of those teams who conceded the most.
Oh.
Hang on. Right.
Okay. So I'm going to say to you. So I'll do an example. I've got an example. Don't worry. Okay. So we'll do week 1 as an example.
Paper.
So week one is an example for you here. Now,
right.
Game week 1 saw Wrexham and Notts County return to the EFL.
Yeah.
Wrexham hosted MK Dons and Notts County travelled to Sutton. Out of Notts County and Wrexham, who conceded the most goals on the opening week of the season? And a bonus point if you can mark down how many goals they conceded.
Okay.
No, that's go on, have a go.
Got it.
Notts County 5.
So you think Notts County were the most were 5, Grant?
Notts County the most. They lost 5-0 to Sutton.
It was a tie. They both conceded 5.
And
And it was 5-1 as well.
Was it 5-1? I thought it was 5-0.
Yeah. That was, to be fair, that one, there are a couple where it is ties, so you've got to be a little bit smart with it. But then there's also ones where you'll maybe remember certain results and you'll know what at least one of them's done, and you've got to basically work out whether the other did worse.
I thought this was luck and chance. I could have revised for this.
Yes, but that wouldn't have been fair.
But
you could have revised, or you could have just
Hannah.
We know how I feel
like I
about
do most weeks.
I mean, Hannah, you could have revised, or you could have just, hosted a League Two podcast every single week that discuss the exact subject we're talking about.
At least I've got an excuse that I've not been covering League Two every week.
No, don't get the excuses in. Like
I've been relegated down to the National League and to
where you belong,
Dorking fans.
Where you belong.
I've been pissing off Dorking fans all week. It's great.
It's nice to have a project.
It's nice when you can count them all on one hand.
You do the 606 though, so you can't say that you don't do League Two.
That's true. And you'll remember the meltdowns. So I'm going to give you this both here, and I need you to start making notes here. So week two of the season. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Week 2 saw Doncaster travel to Newport, and it also saw Morecambe travel to Mansfield. But out of Doncaster and Morecambe, who conceded the most goals? So did Doncaster concede more to Newport, or did Morecambe concede more to Mansfield? And everyone else, you can make notes as well.
Oh, hang on. Who
One of them
conceded
was
the most?
Pumping, wasn't it?
I'm just going to start again.
What I'll do is I'll ask you and then I'll give you the answer. So that
Yeah.
I've just
So we're
read
not
this
just going-
right. Hang on, but people are putting their comments in the chat.
we'll stop reading the chat. Stop reading it, Hannah. Close the chat. You've got the option.
Oh dear. All right.
Right. Do you both have an answer?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Grant, come to you first.
You know what? I'm going with the obvious answer because they were so shit at the start of the season. I'm going Doncaster, and I'm going to say they conceded 4.
Hannah?
I'm also going with Doncaster, but I think it was 3.
The answer was Doncaster. So you both get a point.
Mm-hmm.
And they conceded 4.
Yes.
So there is Grant's bonus point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Remember, it was
a
like
rough
the
game.
their first like 7 games, I think it was. They conceded
Yeah.
like a stupid amount of goals and
And
scored.
Newport were really good at the beginning, like against all odds.
Scary. Charlie's put this up. He's put up. I'm shit at this. I'm equally shit at this, Charlie. But at least you're not having to do it on YouTube Live.
Yeah,
and
Twitch
and
Facebook
Twitch and
all that stuff.
Facebook, X, and maybe TikTok. I don't know. Are we on TikTok?
I have no idea at this stage, but we'll be there soon. Do you know what I've realised as well? This is going to take a while, so I'm actually skipping. I'm not doing them all, so don't worry. You're not got as many to do as I thought you would. Okay,
I know it's going to be really boring. People just sitting watching us.
No, it's not. Don't worry.
22 games.
We skipped it. Get 44 games. Grant, that's 2 weeks.
44 games.
Game week 4. Right, so game week 4 saw Bradford travel to Morecambe, and it also saw Salford travel to Tranmere. Bradford or Tranmere, who conceded the most goals? Now, you should remember this because it was Morecambe. It was Derek Adams for Bradford. So you should remember my feelings towards that game.
I think that was the one that Charlotte had to do.
Bradford or Salford?
No, Bradford or Tranmere.
Bradford or Tranmere. Charlie says, I didn't hear that. Can you repeat the question? I just heard Bradford.
Why are you looking at the comments? If I'm not allowed to look at the comments, you
Stop
can't.
looking at the comments. You're not allowed. You're bad.
Yeah.
Charlie, Bradford or Bradford versus Morecambe or Salford versus Tranmere. Did Bradford concede more or did Tranmere concede more?
Oh.
That's the question. Now, I can tell you with this one, to give you a little bit of an answer, is that they weren't both the same. So there is a clear winner on this one. Hannah, what's your answer?
Tranmere 3. I think it was 3-2.
Grant?
I went Tranmere in 2.
The answer is Tranmere. But Tranmere conceded 4.
Ah,
When did Salford ever score 4 goals this season?
Game week 4. Tranmere. It's in front of me right here. Game week 4 against Tranmere. Right, so this one you should get. There's no reason you shouldn't get this. Game week 5, Crawley travelled to Swindon, and Gillingham travelled. Sorry, we're at home to Colchester. Who conceded more, Crawley or Gillingham? Yeah, go on, Hannah.
Crawley 5.
I went Crawley 6.
It's Crawley 6.
Do you know what? I really said 6, and then I thought I can't. I'm struggling with the that they can actually score goals, as in the it's
Swindon.
not the difference. It's the
Yeah.
total.
No, it was 6-0.
This
It
was
was.
right at the
Was it?
very, very, and we were like, oh, you know
Yeah.
what, Swindon will look fucking dangerous.
I think Jake Young. It was like I think Jake Young was a 2. Was that his 4? That was where he scored 4. I think, wasn't it?
It was a ridiculous. He scored. Was that the one where him and Kemp had a contribution in every single goal in the game?
I think so. Yeah, they were involved in them all.
Yeah.
It
It was an
mad.
absolute demolition, and do you know what? That's when things were looking really good for Swindon, and they were like, "Oh, do you know what? This season's it's set.
Don't
This
worry,
is going to be
Graham.
our season."
Don't worry, Grant. Clem's back today.
Oh,
He's back
We're
to
all
everything.
safe.
Everything's sorted today. Clem to clause.
Christmas has come early.
Yeah. So we're going to skip forward to game week 10. And on game week 10, we saw Tranmere travel to AFC Wimbledon. We also, apparently, yeah, there they are, saw Notts County travel to Colchester. But was it Notts County or Tranmere? So both away teams, Notts County or Tranmere, who conceded the most?
I think I've got it.
Go on then.
I'm going Notts County, and I think they conceded 4.
Hannah?
I had exactly the same.
Notts County in 4. The answer is Notts County. They conceded 5. It was 5-4. What a game, by the way. What an absolute belter of a game.
It just sums up Notts County season so far, that game, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We've only got a +3 goal difference.
Yeah.
Right.
It's weird.
Despite being sick.
It's
Trophy.
ridiculous. Like in January, they are like for the whole all this first half of the season. I've been saying in January they just need to get a new defense. That is their shopping list. If they sort out their back,
They might need to get a new manager at this point.
yeah. But if they sort out the back line, they are absolutely swimming.
He said in his pre-game interview today that they are recruiting.
Yeah. Well, skipping ahead to game week 12, Crew travelled.
Good one.
I know. Crew travelled to Salford. Walsall travelled to Sutton. Crew or Walsall? Who conceded the most?
Oh, is this one of the weird Sutton ones?
Yeah.
One of the really weird Sutton wins where they
Yeah.
just, or one of the very, very few Sutton wins that they had.
Hannah, have you got a guess?
I'm going for Crew. I think it was 4-1. It was that ridiculous one with the referee that was a Salford fan.
Grant?
I went Walsall in 3.
So, they both conceded the same.
Oh.
Ah, crap.
But Crew did concede 4. And it was 4-2.
Was it?
Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you one more, and then we'll come back to some of these later on. We'll do some talking. And this one is regarding the weekend just gone.
What happens points for that there? Is that Hannah's point?
Yeah, I
Hannah,
get the
Hannah
point.
gets 1 point. Hannah gets 1 point. So,
Hang on, no, I get 2 points, surely.
no,
Why?
because they both.
It was
It
a
wasn't
tie.
like you said.
You get the
you
goals
said that
amount
one
point.
You get the goals, but not the thing. Told you at the beginning there were some ties. You got to be careful. Right. So, this is a little bit of a different one, and it's about the weekend just gone. Right. So, Doncaster conceded 5 goals to Morecambe. Sutton conceded 8 goals to Stockport. But in both games, from the first to the last goal, which was the shortest period of time? So from the first goal until the last goal, what was the shortest game time between? Not counting injury time, because I don't know first like how many there was actually played in the first half. But if you look at the minutes that they were scored, which game from the first to the last minute had more goals in a shorter period of time? Hannah's trying to think when Stockport's first and last goals were. And do you know what? If you can guess the minutes, you can have 5 points. Back it. We'll throw one out there. 5 points if you can guess the minutes.
game?
First game was Doncaster and Morecambe. It finished 5-0 to Morecambe. Second game was Sutton and Stockport. It finished 8-0 to Stockport. So, which game had the shortest number of minutes between the first and last goal? Hannah, are you ready?
Yeah.
Go on.
I think I'm going to get this wrong, but I have nothing to base the other one on other than that it was 0-0 at half time. So all 5 of Morecambe's goals must have been in the second half, whether it was or not. Anyway, right, okay. So the first Stockport goal was scored in the 6th minute, and it was 4-0 after 20.
Doesn't matter when it was 4-0. It was when did
No,
it go
but
8-0?
But what?
So from 1-0 to 8-0,
Yeah.
what was the time? How many minutes between goal 1 and goal 8?
Oh, it was like, right, so hang on, 90.
That's what we're doing. Anna's been working out the wrong
Yeah,
question here.
but this one's easier.
Right, Grant, you do yours then while Hannah works hers out.
I think the first game was the shortest. I think it was 63. The second one, Stockport, I think it was the 88th minute. So the last goal went in.
I think it was later than that.
So which game had the shortest? Do you think which game had the shortest window between first and last goal?
Definitely Morecambe.
Mm-hmm. The answer was Sutton. Do you want to guess how many minutes there were in each between the first goal in one game and the last? Like, so the first game, Morecambe's first goal to Morecambe's last goal. How many minutes do you think there was between gameplay minutes? Grant?
Between them.
Yeah. What the hell did you think this quiz was?
I think you meant start to.
Question. I think
you meant start to. I think you meant from minute 0 to when the last goal went in.
From the first goal until the last goal. What was the shortest period of time? So from Morecambe to go from
that makes sense.
When Morecambe went 1-0 up to when they went 5-0 up, how many minutes was it? Versus Stockport going 1-0 to 8-0, how many minutes was it? And whose was the shortest period of time? So the answer is Sutton. Sutton conceded
8.
Sutton conceded 8, and they actually conceded them in a quicker amount of time than Donny conceded 5.
That makes sense now.
So I'll tell you.
86 minutes.
Hannah's going 86. Grant?
I said 88. I'm going to stick with 88.
The answer's 87. So there were 87 minutes. There were 87 minutes between Stockport's first goal and Stockport's last goal, and there were 90 minutes between Morecambe's first and Morecambe's last. It was 2-0 at half time. Was Morecambe?
What the?
Yeah. But I was like, I can't ask who conceded the most on the weekend just gone because Hannah was there and it was 8-0. Yeah.
It's a bit easy, that, isn't it?
We can throw a few more of them in, but I've got some more written down. We'll do some more of them after. That was easy, and you just made it so much harder than it needed to be.
Well, yeah.
Honestly.
I mean, Stacey's having a mare. She's on 10 minutes and 25 minutes. So
I don't know what game Stacey's been watching. Not a clue, Stacey. What your pure guess is the epitome of everything. Yes, pure guess.
But minutes, I thought 25. You were asking,
Imagine 8 goals in 10
smallest amount of time with the most goals. So that's why I was going 6 to 22 or whatever it was. There were 4 goals. So I thought that had to be.
No, it was which game had the shortest period of time from goal 1 to go to the last, from the first to the last goal, which had the shortest period of time. I thought it was very, very straightforward.
No.
Well, I mean, beg to differ. We've had a question come in. Worked in perfect time.
Ooh.
Question for the host and those in the chat.
Ian's question
Ian, don't encourage him.
As Stockport and Bradford scored 10 goals between them. Thank you very much, Ian. We ignore the brackets. What's the biggest win you have seen live? Oh, do you mean when you say biggest win? Do you mean like biggest collective goals scored in a game, or do you mean like biggest hammering?
I'm just going for Saturday because I can get that question right.
Yeah, I mean, there's no points up for grabs, Hannah. Don't worry about it.
There's always points.
No.
Yeah.
See, we don't tend to hammer teams. We've never really hammered.
That's why you have to try and take credit for other people's goals.
Hannah, I didn't take credit for no one's goals. I just said it's a collective effort. Listen, hang on. If it worked for our goals, would you have got a joint 10 on Saturday? No. Thank you very much. So we'll take it. That's what it's all about. It's a team effort, Hannah. We're a team. See, I don't remember us ever really convincingly hammering someone. I think there was a 5-0. Do you know what I say? I think there was a 5-0 somewhere in the cup, but it worked. We lost 5-0, and I'm pretty sure that was to Hartlepool.
We've had 2 this season because we beat Wrexham 5-0 as well. I'd forgotten about that.
I think I've seen us win 4-1. I think I saw us win 4-1 2 weeks in a row. And that was weirdly Brighton and Bournemouth, who are both, different ends of where we are now. They I think I'm sure it was a Tuesday, one at home and one away. Yeah, sure they were both 4-1 in like 2007 or something.
My biggest one back in 2003, it was Hartlepool 8, Grimsby 1.
Wow.
It was an absolute pub. I brought the goal scorers up there. So there's no goal. Then Paul Robinson. We got him after he'd been at Newcastle. He weirdly, I can't remember who the manager was at Newcastle at the time. They famously dropped Alan Shearer for Paul Robinson, and he was fucking awful because Shearer had a fallout with the manager at the time.
Standard.
So we ended up getting him. He scored a hat-trick in that game. Gavin Strachan, Gordon Strachan's son. Richie Humphreys, Marco Gabbiadini, and Effian Williams. It was a fucking demolition.
Nice. Well, guys, there's been movement this week, hasn't there? There's been movement in the league. We've seen Sutton pull the trigger.
Yeah, funny.
Which I don't know how he made it till Tuesday.
Well, that was the thing on Monday. We said, he might be all right. They'd have sacked him by now.
How on earth somebody survives an 8-0 for 3 more days is beyond me.
The thing is, like, we've said it quite a lot, or I've said it quite a lot, is he's had time on his side because what he's achieved at the club, I think.
Yeah.
I think he kind of deserved the time that he had, but his position just became untenable, didn't it? Really.
I think the irony is that the fans that it's rare that a manager moves on in that having effectively got the team in that position, and the fans are gutted that he's going, but also saying, well, he would be the best person to bring us back up again if we do get relegated. But those two, and obviously David Horseman as well, is the last of that bottom 4. They've all had a managerial change now. So Salford next up, and then Donny.
Have you got any idea who you think would be good to come in at Sutton?
Joey Barton.
Is it a case of bring someone in and it's going to be damage control for them to prepare them for a National League campaign? Or is it going to be someone that's going to try and scrape them over the line?
Joey Barton, just to put all relegation on his
God
on his TV.
The supercomputer doesn't have them being relegated.
Yeah, but the supercomputer is a lot of shit, isn't it?
I do like it though.
I still stand by the fact that I think they're going to go down with the lowest points total in League 2 ever.
Sam's made a good point there, and I agree with that. The funny thing is, if they were mid-table in the National League still, he'd still have a job.
Yeah.
Someone said, and it is quite true, that regardless of what they did this season, regardless of it, he would still be finishing in the 3rd highest place they've ever finished.
Yeah.
He's taken them to their 3 highest finishes. So even if he stayed with them and they finished rock bottom, it's still one of their top 3 highest finishes as a club. Birds of Blue said Mark Bonner. I actually, because when I saw Birds of Blue, I thought of Barrow. What's he called? Who was it? Barrow, who's now at Yeovil. Cooper.
Cooper's a shout.
Because he wants to get out of there, doesn't he?
I thought you were going to say Phil Brown at first.
Phil Brown's not attractive enough for Phil Brown, but someone like Cooper from some. But yeah, Yeovil.
Cooper's a good shout. I think another great shout just now, and I think if you threw enough money at him, he would jump, is Kevin Mayer from Southend.
Will be that they've been taken over? Will he not want to? He'll want to hold off what he's
massively. They're still massively under embargo, and it's an absolute shit show there just now. Like they can't. They had to field 11 players and 1 sub at the weekend. That sub wasn't even a keeper. The keeper went off injured, and now they have no goalkeeper going into this weekend. It's just an absolute shit show at them, and I think if you threw enough money at him, he would walk. And
Yeah.
the other one, our old friend Andy Woodman, but Bromley in a really good position still.
I'm gonna say I don't think he'd jump.
Yeah.
I don't think Woodman would jump. Keith Curl. It's a Keith Curl style job.
He fits Sutton, doesn't he?
Yeah. Bring a John, like little throw a lifeline John Askey's way, and see if he can keep someone up this season.
You wouldn't want two relegations on him though.
Well, he might be getting that if Hartlepool carry on as it is anyway. If Raj Singh don't sell, he might get that.
I like this result. I can get behind this.
Yes, I'd be brutally honest. That's a cup result, Ian, into September 2000. Without wanting to brag, there's other things from being in the Premier League that I remember than cup games versus Darlington.
Yeah, I remember. I'll take any result where someone absolutely shafts Darlington.
Yeah. No, that's September 2000. We were entering our second season in the Premier League, so and we kind of knew that was going to be our last. I think we'd signed big players, but we all knew that there was probably going to be problems. So we were just taking the Premier League games in and trying to enjoy them. Phil Parkinson, Altrincham, another one.
Yeah,
shout.
Yeah, that's a shout.
There's so many names in that league below who would probably still wish to step up, even if it is to a team rock bottom in League Two.
Yeah, and there's plenty of good managers there who would do it, and we would be able to see them get straight back up because they're not a poor club. They've got ability to be backed.
And it's a good time to come in as well. So you've got a week or so with the players, work out what you want in the transfer window. You've already negotiated on your way in what transfer budget you're going to get in January. So be like Scott Lindsay at Crawley last January.
I thought you were just going to say Scott Lindsay. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Forest Green. Let's have a look at Forest Green because I think we thought Forest Green were going to do. What the hell has gone on there? How do you? That's planned. I'm sorry, that is pre-planned.
Right. Well, when Troy Deeney went in, he talked about how he was really good mates with David Horseman. I find this part really funny. Really good mates with David Horseman, and his goal was to get into coaching and managing. And so they talked about, maybe a player coach type role and a transition into that. But this is quite a big stretch.
It's a task, isn't it? I mean, it's a huge task he's been given.
Yeah, especially where they are in the league, and it's But it may well be like your Morecambes, like Tranmere, where an internal appointment becomes a kind of financial decision.
Surely not. He's surely not struggling financially.
I've just had the ultimate Big If True moment.
Oh.
I didn't fucking know this happened.
You didn't even know this had happened.
This is brand new information to me.
Arthur Grant, Forest Green sacked the manager yesterday and gave and in the same statement as saying goodbye to him, announced Troy Deeney as the permanent manager.
Very quick.
I'm just sitting there like, hold on. Earlier on, it kind of twigged when you went the bottom four have sacked their managers. I'm like, Forest Green haven't sacked their manager.
Oh, they have.
And I was just like, wait a sec, what?
Yeah,
that's almost as bad when. That's almost as bad as when Gus Poyet found out he'd lost his job on the BBC. Like when he was at was it Brighton that he was at, and then he lost. He found out he lost it when he was on the BBC.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, they brought Troy Deeney in to be his. Well, they've not brought him in; he was already in, but they've made him his replacement.
I don't get that appointment in the slightest.
I don't. I think I was confident that they were going to spend money and stay up. I am confident that they're going to go down now. I can't see them staying up. Not with a manager that's never ever done it. It's such a huge ask to keep a club up, regardless. You see managers come in with experience under their belts and struggle.
Never mind when you've done Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
He's not got the experience of this level. He doesn't know what it's like to be sat at the bottom of League Two fighting to stay up.
Yeah.
This is new to him. And let's be brutally honest, he's part of the reason they're there. He's their main striker. He was brought in to score goals for them this
And he
season.
scored 1 hat trick. That's it.
Yeah, and that was it in a game. That's all he's done. So he's essentially sandbagged, got his boss sacked, and taken his job. How on earth does that work? It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. No. Do you think he sees the season out?
No.
No.
I don't think he does either. He's on a 5-year deal, though, isn't he?
Yeah, but maybe that's it. Maybe this is all some like elaborate, but maybe he's like the sellout clause or the sacking clause doesn't cover him for managerial appointments. So it's some elaborate way to get them out of the contract with him and he'll just go.
I remember that Forest Green have a really funny way with contracts, don't they? Because they had the whole. Thanks, Stace. I was in a really good mood.
Stace, were you there for that one? 1962. Were you?
Wrexham fans have all been there forever, so she would have been.
Yeah. Oh, a meowing here.
No, that's your shirt.
There's some American fans that are wondering. Wait, no, that's not true. Wrexham didn't invent it.
Didn't exist in 1962.
Wrexham weren't invented until 2020.
No, yeah, was it Rob Edwards' contract where they had the clause in where he was allowed to talk to any club that he wanted to and leave without having to get payment? Like Forest Green do some weird shit in their managerial contracts. It was a
gentleman's agreement he had, wasn't it? He had a gentleman's agreement with Dale Vince that he could go and speak to anyone. I mean, to be fair to him, he made the right choice. He went to Watford, he got sacked, and look at him now. Do you know, he's in the right place in there. So, but yeah,
it's still a banana. It's a fucking disastrous appointment. That
it is.
Like, I just can't.
Who have they got tomorrow?
Not everyone's playing tomorrow. There's still a lot of teams playing Saturday.
We're playing tomorrow. So
we're playing tomorrow as well. So on Saturday, Forest Green are tomorrow at 7:00. Forest Green versus Gillingham tomorrow night.
They're gonna get pumped, aren't they?
I don't know. Judging by last weekend,
Gillingham don't pump anyone anymore.
No, Gillingham. To be fair to him, if Dale Vince, if there was a team in the league to do it before, it probably is Gillingham because you pretty much guaranteed. Yes, they might lose, but it's going to be a 1-2 goal. That'll be it.
Yeah, suppose
Gillingham is like
7:00.
Honestly, there'll be some.
So Forest Green can turn the lights off earlier.
Yeah, be a vegan reason. Speaking of manager appointments, but ones that have worked. Grant, what do you think about Graham Alexander at Bradford?
I thought we said he's make a good appointment.
Someone actually wrote earlier, and I don't know who they supported, but they wrote on Twitter earlier, and they were commenting on the way Bradford sort of set up against Gillingham, and the way now we've got a fully fit squad. Now all our injuries are back, and someone commented and just put, they said, I can tell you now, second half of the season, that Bradford team are going to be trouble for a hell of a lot of people. And I was like, it's nice to see people thinking that now, because usually teams come to us and think it's going to be an easy game because they think that they'll rise to the occasion, and we're there for the taking. But we do look like a good.
See, I think you said it in the I think you said it in the 606 that it looks like Mark Hughes has bought players to set up for a Graham Alexander team. It's really weird how the players that are there just seem to fit this Graham Alexander style, and that style seems to work at Bradford, whereas it didn't work at all at MK Dons.
I don't think it got a chance to work at MK Dons, if I'm honest with you. I mean, if you think about it, the start that he's had at Bradford, he had a similar start at MK Dons. He got manager of the month in August.
Yeah, he did.
How do you go from manager of the month to
It's a curse, though, manager of the month, isn't it?
Unless you're David Challoner.
Or Pete Wild.
I've just seen this, right? What has everyone got here? There's another Hartlepool biggest.
Oh, Slam. I've also seen a 5-0 against Hartlepool in
Fucking
December
hell.
2022.
Yeah.
I remember that game. I'm sure that was Challoner's last game at us. Just before he put an interview out.
Oh,
and
that one was. Yeah, it probably would.
He spat the dummy out
No.
big time. No, that was the interview where he just started swearing on the interview.
What, the one against Stockport?
No, Sam's an Orient
Sam.
fan.
He's an Orient fan.
Yeah.
He spat the dummy and he just started swearing and everything.
Yeah.
Going, players are shit. This is shit. And I was like, fucking hell. And then he was gone and went to Stockport.
Wow.
So I'm going to put something out there for January. I've given up on Bradford signing Dan Kemp.
Okay.
You're going to
In
steal
January.
Luke Armstrong off Carlisle.
I would have a shit in my hands and clap. Bradford in January will bring Jack Payne back to Bradford. Don't ask me why I'm saying that. I'm saying it. And I'm quietly confident that Bradford will sign Jack Payne in January.
Have you been texting him?
Do you know what? Actually, I actually haven't, because weirdly, it's right weird. So, like, when I don't know something and I've got the number, I'll text them. When I do know something, I don't dare, because I don't want to know the answer if it's a no.
Yeah.
So-
I think you should text him now.
What, live on?
I mean, I'm not going to read the answer regardless live as to what it said. To be fair,
What
he
will-
won't know either
No,
way at
probably
this
not.
stage.
What we'll know is as soon as he texts him back, Liam's face will be like, "Oh, right, okay."
So is that based on that you think Alexander really rates him from their time together, or
Don't know, Hannah.
it's just an inkling, just a feeling?
It's
He does know that with Jack Payne is probably going to come Harry McCurdy as well. When he
Well.
gets...
well, that was one I wasn't going to mention. I had a very long and in-depth conversation about Mr. McCurdy the other day. I would love to see it.
I miss Harry. I miss him.
Harry as well. I miss Harry as well.
Do you
Maybe
think- Do you think now, right? So he's been out injured a hell. Well, he's been out with his heart problems all this season. I don't think
back
he's
in
going to
training.
watch. Yeah, he's back in
Is
training. I
he?
don't
On the
think he's going
grass?
to watch.
Or...
Yeah, about 2-3 months. About 2 months. He's been back in training now. Yeah.
I know he's put things up on his Instagram, going, "It's time to set things right."
Yeah.
Does he get straight back into the Hibs squad, or does he go out on
He goes
loan
out.
until the end of the season?
Goes out on loan
Mm.
till the end of the season. He goes out on loan till the end of the season.
Do
He was
you-
going out on loan the day before.
Yeah, he wasn't
Sorry.
a regular anyway, was he?
He was actually going out on loan to Leyton Orient the day before.
Was it them or Colchester, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, well, the reason he didn't go to Colchester was because he found out Colchester you have to wash your own kit. So I apologise to any Colchester fans, but that might have been my fault because we were texting and I said, you have to wash your own kit at Colchester, don't you? And he texted back and went, "Fuck that."
I don't know.
was like,
I don't know how
"Oh."
to use a washing machine.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you got to wash your own. So I text.
And then we
text
asked
Sam
for
Orme
Summer
then.
Ashley, didn't we, at Salford, like as a second,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, and he independently verified this.
Yeah. Sam Orme told us when we interviewed him on the podcast. So I actually text Sam. I was like, "Look, if Harry McCurdy signs for you, I said if you want him to sign for you, I need you to tell me now that you'll wash his kit for him." But when I spoke to Wellens, we had that conversation with Wellens, and he said openly like they were bringing him in, and then unfortunately they.
Do you
Yeah,
think he
he's
would have
very
fitted in a
full and let down.
Wellens? Do you think he would have fitted in a
Yes.
Wellens side?
Yeah, Wellens said you can. So I spoke about Harry not being a loose cannon because I don't like that but he kind of
Yes.
is at the same
Yeah.
time.
A character.
Yeah, but Wellens said you can afford to have one loose cannon in your team. He said you can always afford to have one loose cannon in your team if you know how to manage that loose cannon. He said I can manage Harry McCurdy. So
Here's the one. Who is the loose cannon at your teams?
Who
Who is your team's loose cannon? That's a great point, and I think it's
Yeah,
a really good
put it
question.
in chat as well. Who's
Everyone in
your
the
team's
chat,
loose
who
cannon?
is your loose cannon at your club? And if you want to say why, say why. Everyone's got to have one. I mean,
Our Lewis.
Bradford's before was Threlkeld, wasn't he?
No, because he didn't play.
He's still a bit of a loose.
He was, yeah. But I mean, I wouldn't even say he was a loose cannon. I just think he was very, very eccentric. He just did things his own way. Our loose cannon. What do you mean by loose cannon? Do you mean by somebody that will just go around winding players up, getting in people's faces, and being a dick to them, essentially?
However you want.
Our shit house. Who's our shit house?
A bit of a shit house.
Our shit house is Jamie Walker, without a shadow of a doubt.
He's a wind-up merchant.
Yeah. Mate, when he scored the
wind-up merchant,
when he scored the other week, and he just started celebrating down in front of the who was it we were playing? Whoever we beat last week, and he celebrated down in front of the players and like was fist pumping in his face, and then it all kicked off, and then he ran off. It was Forest Green, I think, and then he ran off celebrating in front of the fans like 40 seconds after he'd scored, after there'd been like a big shoving match. Yeah, Jamie Walker's and you hear him when he's coming off at pitch, and that's what I love about the guy. Like, you hear him saying stuff to players as they're coming off, and it's just like, it reminds me of like Conor McGregor, because like he don't give a shit if anyone's listening, but he knows they are. And he knows that what he's saying is getting right under their skin. And that's what, like, when Conor McGregor's walking away and he's shouting his stuff out, that's always reminds me of that. Who's yours?
Do you know what? I think it's something that Hartlepool are really, really lacking just now. We don't have a character like that. And I think that's
not
part
since
of the
Theo Robinson
problem. Oh, Theo Robinson. I'd probably say the wind-up merchant, probably Jake Hasty.
Oh, somewhere Isaac's just
exploded. Isaac's like
baffed all over his phone.
Anna, we've got a few people.
I know. I think he's the biggest personality we've got, but like they're so diplomatic on like social media. They're very well media trained. They, they don't come out with shit. And this season, our disciplinary record is really good. The closest
it was horrific last season, wasn't it? Wasn't it really bad last
especially
season?
At the beginning. Yeah. So we've not had we've just not had much dicking about. And but yeah, Mac is wonderful as a character, but it's very much contained to off the pitch.
I've just seen Jack's comment about the Jack Payne stuff. Don't ask me why I'm saying, but I am coming from a man who has insides at most clubs at this level. It's not come from inside a club. It's just, I can't say. It's not a definite. It's just a feeling from a conversation that makes me go, oh, and then it makes me look and go, yeah, that makes sense. So we'll see. We've got Orient. Theo Archibald's probably our biggest shithouse in terms of winding up the opposition. See, I like players that wind up opposition. That's why I like a McCurdy. But can you have too many? Yes, and then you start to struggle, I suppose.
Yeah.
Do you know one of the last ones we had was Liam Noble? Remember Liam Noble?
No.
He was just a dick. And he would just get in your face, and he would just get, if a player came out, he'd just fucking shove them in the face away. He would just do anything to wind something. You'd get bookings left, right, and centre for it, but he was just one of those, and he was great to have in your squad.
We had Powdy O'Connor, who was obviously at Lincoln now, and to be fair, like people were annoyed when he left Bradford and went to Lincoln, but it was a great step up for him, and it looks like he's going to possibly step up again because he's just gone strength to strength, and I still think he's one of the best defenders we've had in years. But he was a bit of a shithouse, but like he weren't afraid of sticking his head on anything, and I used to love that about him. I remember he got his face smashed in against Salford. Brandon Thomas Asante elbowed him, claimed he didn't do it, claimed he didn't touch him. Paddy O'Connor sat up, he had a missing tooth and blood all over his face, and Thomas Asante's going, like, you touched him, mate. Paddy went off, got cleaned up, and then came on and scored a header to win the game in the same game. It was amazing because it was like he's basically probably got concussion. His face is all battered and bruised. He's still got tissue in his mouth while he's running around. He scored the header, scored the winner.
Hard as nails,
Yeah, but he don't look hard as nails, and I think that's the thing about he's not that sort of guy. Hi Pfeiffer. Hannah. We did a little quiz at the beginning of this. Hannah and Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer. Hannah wasn't happy. I won't say why Hannah wasn't happy, but she's not very friendly with quizzes this Christmas. Apparently, are you, Hannah?
No, I wore a different Christmas jumper just in case that one was jinxed.
Oh, right. And then tonight she ended up losing this quiz and looking like a paedophile.
You can't. That needs right. That needs context.
She's got a sweetie jumper with sweets hidden in her pouch.
Well, I haven't. I've taken them out, right, because I put chocolates in it, but I was worried that they were getting melted. And but yeah, like if I so
the pedo Roo jumper.
Yeah, because then it's a bit crotchy, like when someone like went in your sweetie jar.
I beg your pardon. Did someone do what?
You're not making this any better for yourself, Hannah.
No, you are not.
I'm never wearing it again.
Do you know what I like? I like where I really like where they've put the word squishies.
Where is it? And on the back it says Merry Swissmas. I don't know if you can see.
I can.
Yeah,
oh,
so
wow.
This jumper's getting lit on fire straight after this.
I might wear it tomorrow night, actually.
At the end, we're going to have a bonus bits. It's going to be a bonus bits of a live burning of Hannah's jumper.
No, it would like the fumes. I don't think it's got high wall content.
Yeah, if you go near Liam's shirt with a naked flame, the whole house will go up.
So, coming away from football for a second, and this is a question for everyone because it's Christmas. So we've got 4 days. 4 days till Christmas. It's 21st, isn't it? Yeah. So, what are your Christmas? Do you guys have Christmas routines that you stick to? Like that you do every single year? Do you have like a Christmas Eve routine that you sort of follow? And then do you have a normal Christmas Day routine? Like what are the bits that you guys look forward to most? And people in chat, what do you look forward to most when it comes to Christmas? I always like questions like that. I'm fine about that.
So
you go first.
At the risk of I know what you think about my Christmas Day. We'll see what Grant thinks about it.
Grant.
So
no, Hannah, hang on, just hang on. No, comfortable is not what we need. We don't.
Do I need to get another beer for this?
No, what you need to do, Grant, is you need to dial 99 on your phone, and when she starts talking, just press 9 and call. Because honestly, you'll save time.
Can I just send?
I'll text you Hannah's address.
Can I send a live stream to Police Scotland?
No, I'll send you Hannah's address and just send the police straight to Hannah, because I'm going to be honest, and if anyone in the chat agrees, I'm adding you to this list.
Right, I'm going to monitor the chat because I think people will be.
Jesus is crying right now because he knows what's coming.
Right,
I'm almost crying.
Do you want? Are we going for the short version or the long version? We'll go for the. Basically, we had a really, really shit Christmas, and we decided
justifying it, Hannah.
Yeah, well, there is a background. There is like a backstory. And we went to India, as you do, for Christmas, to get away from everything. And then the next year, we were going to go to India again, and it was all booked. And then my mum had to have a kidney removed, so we couldn't go. So then we had a number of years of going to Rusholme, or to the local Indian and having a curry. And then one year, no one wanted to drive. So we all decided we'd have our favourite things, which was a disaster because I don't know how many of us there were at that point, but it was a lot of meals to be cooked. And so the next year, which was probably 10 or 15 years ago now.
Is this Christmas Day?
Yeah, this is Christmas Day.
Oh, yeah. This is Christmas Day, Grant.
Indian.
Grant, no. When Hannah's finished, an Indian will look like a fucking Christmas banquet. I promise you.
Not even that weird. Basically, now we have steak and chips.
Thank you. Call 999.
Why would you have turkey on turkey's shit? And why would you ruin Christmas by eating turkey?
You obviously can't cook turkey.
Ian, you're supposed to be on my side.
Just why? Steak and chips.
Steak and chips. No.
Yeah.
No.
With a
no.
nice pepper sauce.
I mean, any other day, yeah.
Hannah,
Great.
unless this steak and chips is popping out of a turkey's ass and is surrounded by sprouts and all the
I
trimmings
do have
of Christmas
sprouts. We've
Day,
had this conversation.
unless that happens, you're not justifying steak and chips.
But why would you eat something that you don't want to eat on
Because
Christmas?
it's Christmas and it's what Jesus wanted.
So hold on. Do you go like oven chips here? Are you micro chips? Are you fries to go? Do you get potatoes and make your own
Right,
chips?
hang on, Hannah. Before you answer that, I have a question for you, and this is
Yeah.
again, this is going to give you an insight as to who. Right, this is going to give everyone an insight as to what sort of fucking weirdos I have to work with. First of all, steak and chips for
hold on.
Christmas dinner.
I was smashed at this point.
Right, so we were once all playing games, me, Grant, and like all the Scottish lot, and we got onto a discussion about how me and Liv and Liv's cousin and his missus, we don't have microwaves. We do now because we've got a baby, but we didn't have a microwave. And there was like a long silence, and then Grant goes, "But how do you make chips? How do you make chips? You haven't got a microwave," and the first thing that pops into his head is, "How are they going to make chips?"
I don't
Grant
know why it was, well, I was
buys
smashed.
I'd rather
microwave
live
chips.
without chips than have microwave chips.
He buys those pre-packaged microwave chips.
No.
Oh, there's times when it is called for.
No, Grant, I would rather starve. I genuinely would rather starve.
Right,
But
I would
he
not.
was so,
yeah.
but he was so angry about it, and he
I know.
couldn't wrap his head around it. So I have to. So for everyone watching, I have to work with someone who has steak and chips for Christmas dinner, and someone who microwaves his fucking chips.
So I'm going to go on to my
What's-
Christmas.
Yeah,
Then you can tell us about yours. So Christmas Eve,
I haven't thought
we'll
about
all we'll always get a Chinese in on Christmas Eve just because.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Chinese on Christmas Eve. The Chinese is mobbed. It's like fucking an hour and a half, 2 hours for delivery on Christmas
Oh,
Eve
wow.
round here.
I nearly
But
did a
yeah.
really inappropriate impression then.
I had to call it a Chinese. I had to call it a Chinese, because it's generally not what I get called up here. But anyway, a Chinese is just so good to have.
Just move on.
And then, Sarah Louise will go up to bed, and I will put out a whiskey and a mince pie, and I will just sit downstairs myself. I'll have my whiskey and I'll have my mince pie, and go to bed after putting out all the presents and shit.
That's not strictly true, though. Always, is it, Grant?
And Christmas
Sometimes-
Eve,
because
Christmas Eve
sometimes-
is.
Because sometimes, if Sarah Louise has fallen asleep, you'll message me and go, "Do you fancy playing some Xbox?"
Not on Christmas Eve. Not on
I think
Christmas
I
Eve.
think we've done it once after doing Secret Santa, Grant.
Yeah, it wasn't on Christmas Eve though.
It was.
Any
we played,
anywho.
we played Pirates till Christmas Day.
Christmas Day, get up, open stockings in bed, done. Presents. Yeah.
That's how Alfie was
And then-
conceived.
No.
He opened the stockings on Christmas
Opened
Day.
the stockings. Presents. Usually you go over to in-laws and have Christmas dinner there, but this year we're just doing it at home because it's the wee man's first Christmas. Like, it's not his first Christmas, it's his
Yeah.
second Christmas, but the first one where he kind of
only
realizes
3
what's
months
going
old,
on.
weren't he, then?
He's 4 months old last time, and he kind of understands what's going on now, and he's enjoying unwrapping presents, and it's just going to take a fucking lifetime for him to open
It
everything.
will just save some for have a few a day.
But yeah,
Yeah.
he's enjoying. He's got Advent books just now, which I had to wrap.
Oh.
Had to wrap 24 books for him, so he can open up one a day, so he knows what he's doing, opening presents, and he loves doing it. So yeah, Christmas Day is going to be class. But yeah, turkey dinner like a normal, sane fucking person on Christmas Day, with stuffing, with homemade Yorkshire puddings, roast potatoes, parsnips, carrots, fucking turkey gravy, none of this bread sauce nonsense.
No,
I don't
can't
get
stand
bread
it.
sauce.
It looks
Cranberry,
like it's warm.
cranberry sauce. I can't fucking wait.
What do you
Pat-
have at night? Do you have what do you have?
Diarrhea.
At night?
Nighttime is just I just have the most amount of cheese ever. I have a cheese board, and I just have so much cheese, and then the next day I punish myself by having the furious shits because I've ate so much cheese.
We have party food.
We have that Boxing Day.
Christmas Day. I'm in charge of it this year, and I've not bought any yet. though,
We're
so
having
might not
fucking
be having
pakora and
food this year.
pakora and samosas, and then some steak bits and barbecue burnt ends.
Yeah. Oh, what a buffet, by the way. That'd be awesome. I'll come round for that.
Great. Not on fucking Christmas Day though.
No. For us, we obviously it's first year with Ella, so we haven't done it yet. So I'm guessing
Good
this
luck.
year we're going to just have a. I mean, it's not going to be. It's going to be just a normal day for a normal night for her. Isn't it? We're going to we'll put her to bed. We'll probably watch a film. We might get a takeaway, and then we'll go to bed. Let Ella open her presents in the morning, and then we're going to Liv's mum and dad's this year. We're staying there Christmas Day night. Liv's family are coming around for dinner, so we're all basically just gonna have a normal Christmas dinner. Question for you though about Christmas dinner, and Hannah, even you can answer this. No, you don't do it, but you'll have an opinion. Yes or no? Can you have a Yorkshire pudding on a Christmas dinner?
Yes, but this is my point. You can have anything on Christmas dinner that your little heart desires.
Yes, but Hannah, you also have to have the basics. You can't take everything off the Christmas dinner and replace it with steak and chips. That's not how it works.
You
No, it's
can.
not.
I've
No.
done it for years. It's like it's fine.
Right,
We're
well, we're
going
going to put a poll out.
Indian, taking everything off the plate and getting a Chinese chicken curry.
Yeah. Yeah, Hannah actually said that the Indian they used to go to, they used to do two menus. You could either get a curry
Yeah, they
or they
did.
did a traditional Christmas dinner. What's the point? Just stay at home and have a Christmas dinner.
It's like going to a kebab shop and ordering off the European menu.
Yeah, or the English dishes where you get chicken nuggets and chips.
Yeah.
Grant's
What
listening
have
for microwave pinging.
What have you got from the curry shop? I got an omelette.
Oh, I don't trust anyone who does that needs their hard drives checked. But yeah, no, we do that, and then the kid, like Ella, will go to bed, and then we usually play board games in the evening. So it's like usually there'll be me, Liv's mum, and Liv's dad. But I bought the most infuriating board game of all
Is it-
time. The
Is
first
it Risk?
No, it's called Ski Run.
Ski Run.
Ski Run. Anyone give it a Google. Go on Amazon.
I
The
do need to buy a
worst.
board game actually to take for New Year's Eve.
Well, it's the
Fucking
most
hell, Ian, how many are
infuriating.
you cooking for?
What?
A lamb
Ian's got
dinner on
a-
Christmas Eve and a
Ian's got
turkey
a
dinner
stable
on
in the
Christmas
manger
Day.
out back. No, we have a turkey dinner, and then we're gonna play some games, and then we'll have some drinks, and we'll go to bed, and then that'll be Boxing Day. Get up, obviously football's on. Looking forward to it. Get down. Unfortunately, Derek Adams ain't coming back with Morecambe, so we don't get to see that, but get to still see some football on Boxing Day. I had
Lucky
another
to see
question.
fucking New Year at Ross County. The way
I've
that
got
you
a
go.
question. Which is the best quality street?
The penny.
Yeah, well, yeah, unless you're doing a podcast and you forget that they're really chewy, and that was what I was eating before.
The gold
Hello.
cup.
I have a
No, did they do a gold cup? This is
Have
the
a
first.
pen.
I only opened these before to put them in my jumper.
Yeah, they do a gold cup.
There's no gold cup anymore.
There is a
Right.
gold cup. There definitely is. There's definitely
gonna
a
be
caramel cup in
controversial.
there.
the blue one, the coconut one.
Oh goodness! I knew you'd eat the bounty if we got celebrations as well.
No, it's not a bounty. I'd eat a bounty from the celebrations, but I don't like these.
I'll tell you right. So last Christmas,
There's no gold cup.
I got this tin.
It might
off
not be
my mum and
gold,
dad.
but it's definitely a tin. It's definitely a cup. A cup of.
Oh,
copper.
is it one of the ones with your name on the front?
No, it's not. It was filled. So I've just kept the tin because we like this tin rather than the plastic tub. It was filled with one kind of quality street.
I
the
did this
brim.
for a couple of people last year.
What one was the tin filled with?
The purple one. No, the fudge finger.
No, I thought triangle.
It was the toffee penny.
Oh, what a tin!
It was a tin full. I mean, fucking rammed. It was bursting with toffee pennies. Honestly, I don't know how my dental bill's not been higher this year.
Oh,
Because you live in Scotland and your dentists are free.
Unfortunately, they're not.
Stacey just said there, Caleb told me last night he doesn't believe in Santa anymore. Right, Stacey, I'm going to just tell you how that's a good thing, because my two did that last year, 3 days after Christmas. They knew before Christmas, and we did all the normal shit and all that stuff, and they were laughing at us. So I wish mine had told me before Christmas, so they knew that it wasn't real.
I'm gonna come out with a point here, right? Stace, what you should say to Caleb is, "Oh, we've just realised we've probably mucked up a lot of Christmases for people. Merry Christmas, everyone."
I think that's the difference, though, because when he stopped coming to Bradford, and he's only got real North Manchester and South Manchester that he still visits, which is annoying.
Yeah, and it's all about the magic and believing in the magic, and yeah, and little children who watch TikTok, they don't they might be on the naughty list. So,
just going to make a point, a very important point here. Given what you've been called this evening, Hannah, if that's the worst of it, you've got off lightly. Because a little heads up might have been nice if we'd have known before we started.
We are on TikTok.
that's the problem.
Merry
Any children
Christmas,
that aren't in
everyone.
bed at this stage, that's where we're going to hear a glass smash.
And that is just the door behind Hannah.
Oh, it was going so well.
You are all now Santa Claus.
I've not had any text messages yet, so we might be fine.
Oh shit! It's fine.
Anyway, back to football.
Can someone check
Hannah, don't worry. Ryan has just said that the TikTok stream actually cut out prior to this conversation. Don't.
Is he joking? Because if I honestly,
No, it's fine. Hannah, don't worry. I'll text him. I'll do a TikTok now and let him know.
Oh,
He's not real. I'm joking.
so it's context. One of my daughter's friends were watching it on TikTok, and they were messaging in the comments. So when all this was, yeah. Oh, anyway, it's been fun.
Yes, well, I mean, to be fair, Hannah.
Yeah.
How old are they?
Well, I mean,
They know.
they're 10.
They know.
Yeah.
They know. My daughter's 10. She knew.
So right,
She knew last year.
This is what I was going to go on to say. Right, if they no longer believe, then you can just say to them, "Look, you're now in on the secret.
No.
You're now in on this Christmas secret to pass on to everyone.
Yeah, but
you are now Santa Claus, so you can keep the secret alive and pass the belief on to everyone else. So do you know what?
But
We are all Santa Claus.
we're all Santa Claus. But do you remember last night when we were trying to get to 1,000 followers on TikTok, and Charlotte put the link to the Look Sports Media account on the Year 6 group WhatsApp? It's not. I've not just taken down my family. I've taken down the entire class.
You've taken down a whole classroom. School's going to be a fucking nightmare tomorrow.
I mean, not gonna lie, this was not the stream for them to tune into, regardless. There's been paedophiles.
Merry
not actual
Christmas. Santa's fake.
Right, can we?
It's not going out on TikTok no more, Hannah. Don't worry.
Yeah, but that oh dear.
Maybe Santa knew that conversation was coming and he cut.
Maybe that's because he's magic like that.
So was Jimmy Savile.
We're not allowed to mention Jimmy Savile.
He used to creep around. He used to creep around in your bedroom at night time, emptying his sack. He knew what he was doing.
Did you see the one with the Gritter that's down somewhere. It was Gary Gritter only grits minor roads.
Oh, no.
Yeah. There was one the other week that came by me. I can't remember what it was called, but I was absolutely delighted. I'll try and find out what it was called, but it was one of them really good ones that
Not like
we
Spready Mercury or something like that.
It was. It might have been Spready Mercury.
Spready Mercury's a good gritter name.
It might have been Spready Mercury. Let's have a look. I can't remember.
I love a good gritter name.
So just to make a point, Jack Payne joining Bradford in the summer, not in January.
It's good to know.
So I've got some crackers here. Sleepwood Mac.
Sleepwood Mac. Oh yeah, it was Spready Mercury. Spready Mercury drove past me on the 3rd of December.
Spready Mercury's a brilliant one. Sir Grits Hoy.
you're a
Spready Van Halen.
You're a Blizzard
Harry's a good one as well. Yes, sir. Ice can. Yes, sir. Ice can boogie.
There's one in Scotland called the Brinestone Ploughboy. Oh no. Yeah, Gary Gritter is out. He's a belting one.
Calvin Harris. Robert Burns.
I've just realised that Stacey's like
she is on a delay.
4 or 5 minutes after us, so she's just found out what we're talking about. Yeah, Mary Queen of Salt, Hansel and Gretel. For your ice only. Yeah, there's Spray Charles. That's one of my favourites. Spray Charles
is good.
And Lord Coldemort.
Yes.
I want to break freeze. Oh, I sweep a willy.
I thought you were saying about your like pastimes there.
No, ready, spready, go. Yeah, there's one that's just called Scotland's Bravest Gritter, which is just yeah, Carrie Bradford.
Nice.
That was a good one. Snow Connery. And then the Polar Patroller. There's License to Chill. There's so many. Scotland actually has a website where you can track all their gritters at all times and see the names.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because honestly, Scotland's our Canada. It's not real. They've got monopoly money, and they're just fucking weird up there. I mean, much like they're like a mini Canada.
I'm evidence of that.
Yeah. So, well, look, guys, we've gone well over tonight. If we'd finished on time, we wouldn't have shattered some dreams. I think this is when Hannah gets called in. Hannah, can you come to the school tomorrow, please? I need to talk to you. Please don't wear that jumper.
Why have we got all of year 6 saying that Charlotte's mum's a paedophile?
Yeah.
With sweets in her pouch.
I'm telling everyone that Santa's not real.
She always gives us sweets at Halloween. The whole year that Santa's not real.
Oh my Christ. It's funny though. Look, listen,
Merry Christmas,
could have gone
everyone.
one or two ways.
Well, the first time we did this, you announced to your kids on the comments about sexual activities with their stepmother.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank fuck mine's just too young to know any of this.
This time.
I don't remember that. And yet, I still walked out a winner. Eh? Well, guys, look, have a cracking Christmas. In fact, we're doing a 606 Saturday night, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh yes, we are.
Saturday night 606. That'll be fun. Yeah, so join us on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it for that. We'll do the Saturday night 606, and then it's Christmas Eve. We're having a couple of days off. We'll be back. Are we back Wednesday evening for a 606?
We're back at some point in between.
Yeah.
We're not going to be doing podcast recording, but there's a 606 Wednesday because there's a full program Boxing Day. There'll be a 606 Wednesday evening. I don't know when we're going to get recordings in the podcasts between now and then. It's difficult, isn't it?
No,
There'll be
I think,
no podcast. Podcasts are out of the game until January, so give it that's up a listen. We appreciate it, and just keep spreading the fuckery, everyone.
And now we've got TikTok Live. I could go live from the Home Alone house in Chicago and live from the county courtyard with my Christmas dinner and a cup tomorrow night.
I think you should go live at Santa's Grotto as well.
I think you should go live when you're having to go and hand yourself in at PlayStation.
Oh, shut up.
You're having to sign that register. I want to see what it looks like. I always joke about it, but I've never been there. Never been shown it. A big black book. Well, guys, have a cracking Christmas if we don't speak to you. And good luck, everyone, tomorrow or Saturday. Grant, are you playing Saturday?
Yes.
You guys Saturday. Right. Well,
playing
good luck to everyone other than Stockport and Hartlepool.
And Notts County.
No, good luck to Notts County. I know we've got to catch you second half of the season.
Shush. We're going to be top for Christmas. That's all that matters. That's all I asked for.
Well, fuck. Right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.